Think we're live,
All
girls.
right.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our online study for I was going to say Gospel of Genesis. This would not be the best start for Genesis. And we're so excited that you are here, and I'm excited to introduce our online panel for the semester. And that's what today is all about, I think, is just sort of getting to know each other. So the purpose of this study and the online study is for our friends who can't be here at church with us. Each of you are in a group here at church, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. So we want you ladies to kind of feel like you're in our family room. This is not a family room. This is an office here at our church, but we would love for you to feel like you're in our family room, that you're a part of a group with us. That's our goal. So a piece of this is us hearing from you as well. So we'll be discussing and asking questions as we go along, but we'd love to hear from you at home too. So with that, I guess I don't know, I should introduce myself first?
Probably.
That's
That's a good
okay.
idea.
I'm Carmen Beasley, the Women's Ministry Director here at the Chapel in Green. And these are my friends who are doing this study with me. So maybe I can answer some of the get to know you questions that I have prepared for us today too.
You're also the author.
Oh, thank you, Denise. Yeah. Thank you. All right, well, the purpose of today really is just to get to know one another, and we hope to hear from some of you and get to know you. Let's go ahead and begin, ladies. I was thinking we would begin by just sharing who we are, maybe how we ended up here in this online study. And here's my first question for you to get to know you. Are you a listener or a talker? Oh, would you like to start, Denise? No? Who's going to start us off?
Does that mean you're not
Nose
starting?
goes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go. Wow, you just touched your nose. So am I supposed to look at you or them? Hey, I'll look at you. So I am Hillary, and and then I'm just answering this question.
No, we want to know a little bit about you, Hillary,
Okay.
too. So, yeah.
I have been married for 13 and a half years.
Okay.
I have 12 children. Okay, I
Wow.
have 4 children, but it feels like 12. They are 8, 7, 5, and 3. And I stay at home with them, but I also co-own a photography company. So I do that part-time. And I've been at the chapel for a couple years, I think like 2 years now.
Okay.
And I am a part of this online study because you would have liked me to be. And I think it'll be fun.
Hillary, I am so glad that you're here. I just feel like you're kind of that voice for moms who are in a crazy season of life.
Yeah.
You heard the ages. Those are all little ones. And so we all will want to know, how do you do your study? How do you get it all done?
Right.
Yeah.
Am I a listener or a talker? I am most definitely a talker.
Okay.
I'm the person that sometimes I ask your name and then I'm thinking about what to say next and I forget to listen. But I mean, I'm just being honest.
I didn't listen to your child's ages, so
No.
I could
See,
talk.
you're good. Yeah.
I know 4.
So I definitely could be a better listener. I think when I really need to listen, I can, but I'm naturally more of a talker.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for going first and braving it.
I will brave it anytime.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I'll go next.
Perfect.
My name is Betsy. I just graduated college earlier this summer. Well, this year, May, actually. which is kind of crazy. It's weird. I sort of am still feeling like I have homework that's due a little bit still.
Aw.
So I'm like, I still have something to do. But for right now, I'm not in school, which is great. I graduated with a degree in Christian ministries. So I'm hoping to go into vocational ministry, and I actually work here at the chapel. And I just started last week. So all new.
We are so glad. We are so glad that you are here, Betsy. Congratulations on graduating. Congratulations on a new job. And yeah, just really, really grateful that you can be a part of this. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for hanging with the old lady. All right.
Oh, good.
We may be old, but we're hip.
Oh, so are you a listener or a talker?
Oh, I'm mostly a listener, I would say. Mostly.
Mostly? Okay.
If I'm feeling really vibrant, I'll be a talker. But.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you.
I'm Denise. I've been married for 33 years. I still like my husband. And I have 2 boys, and they think I'm certifiably crazy. And I have a daughter-in-law officially in December who I love immensely. And yeah, I've been a part of women's ministry since before, but since you took over, Carmen. And I did the online study last time, and you asked me if I would do it again. I was a little surprised and thankful. And I'm totally a talker. Yeah, my family loses me on vacations because I'm meeting new people all the time. But the problem is I need to work on being a listener. One time when my kids were little, they were on a sports team, and I had a mom say to me, do you just like to hear yourself talk but not listen to what anybody says? Yeah. And I'm so dumb. I was like, oh, yeah, I probably should know your name. Okay. So, yeah, I have to work on listening better. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Thanks for being real to me.
Yeah.
Wow. Did that hurt?
I was too dumb at the time. No, it did not hurt, but
Okay.
but I never forgot it. So,
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I like being a talker, but I would like to be a better listener.
Better listener.
Yes. So I'm trying really hard. I failed with your kids' ages, and I even know all your kids. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, when I think about that question for myself, I always thought of myself as a listener and a pretty good listener, but now I'm teaching, and sometimes when I'm in teaching mode here, I don't want to stop talking. So I'm not sure what to do with the listening versus talking. Maybe it's even. Maybe it's kind of both.
I think you're a great listener.
I vote listener, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you hear even what's not said. That's what I love about you.
Thank you.
And hate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so maybe just another easy get to know you question, since that's what we're doing today. What's your most unusual talent that you have? Does anything come to mind for an unusual talent that we might not know about you unless you answered this question?
Oh dear.
Is a talent different than an ability?
No, I think it can be one and the same.
No one in my family can stand up and touch their toes, and I can put my hands flat on the ground. We did it on vacation.
Very
Yes.
nice.
Thank you.
You're very flexible.
I am, and they're shocked because I'm a little bit larger, and so they're like, "Wow."
Are you going to show us?
No.
No.
Please.
No.
We'll save that for another time. It's okay, Denise.
Stay
It's all good.
tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. I mean, I don't know why this is what comes to my mind.
Oh, this will be good.
But like this toe right here, I can get that to move by itself.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's
No
weird,
way.
right? I'm not doing it.
Okay.
So stop
Okay.
looking at my toes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that is the weirdest thing to share.
Oh.
Don't know why. That's what
Okay.
came in my mind.
This is-
Okay.
Ladies, we want to hear from you.
Yes, please.
We're putting
Can you move your
ourselves
toe?
out there.
Can you do
Yes.
the star
We want to
toe?
hear, what is your most unusual talent?
Oh. I mean, sometimes I'll like sing in like a male opera voice. Does that count?
I think that totally
Like-
counts.
I'm not doing it right now.
We were ready.
No.
I want
Okay.
to hear
Your toe. I'm not singing.
So, yeah, if anybody wants to share videos of yourselves doing your
Oh,
talent,
that would be
yes,
so
and
fun.
posting, that would be really, really fun. We should have prizes. I can't think of what the prize would be right now, but we really would love to hear from you. Yeah.
There we go.
You know what, I don't know if this is a talent, and it's an ability that I've learned, and that I think this surprises a lot of people who don't know that I lived in China, that I can speak some Mandarin.
And you worked hard on that.
I did.
Yeah.
I did work hard on that, but I do surprise a few people when I break out into Mandarin.
Can you say good morning, how are you?
早上好.
Ooh.
早上好.
So
I like that.
that was good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Ni
I mean,
hao.
that makes me want to answer
How
you.
are you?
That's right. Yeah, I want to be nice now.
I don't know. My tones aren't. Wait, it's a very
It
tonal
was
language.
pretty
so-
though.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I
pretty.
just kind of add my own little sing.
Can you say you are pretty?
But look at me while you say it.
Okay.
你很漂亮.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, me?
Aw.
Okay. All right, moving on, because we're going to keep this pretty short today and kind of introduce the study. But why be a part of a Simply Bible study on the book of Genesis? Like, why? What draws you to this? What do you hope to learn this year?
Can I go? I know the answer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So for me, I haven't done inductive Bible study until doing John, until we came to the chapel. And I'm really excited about it because I only really have the Sunday school picture in my head. Like, I know the basics of what I was taught. I know the stories that are in like the kids' Bibles. But what I love about this is I know there'll be things that I missed, that I've never known, that I didn't know was even in the Bible. And I personally, I'm just excited, even though I've been in church my whole life, about like learning it for myself. And not because somebody has taught me the bits and pieces in a package, but learning what God wants me to hear through it.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Hillary.
I love the idea of looking at Genesis from a woman's point of view and getting nuggets of truth about God. And I think I love beginnings. I absolutely love that it is the beginning. And I know that when I sat down and started looking at this happens to me every time I do inductive study. I think, what? You know, like what? I got nothing. What am I going to, and if you just walk through the steps and just observe, and really just take the time. Okay. And then it just, I feel like I learn so much doing an inductive. It's not always easy, but it's always good. So yeah, I really want to see God as a woman, from a woman's perspective. That I've shared this with you all along.
Yes.
This is what I really want. Yeah, this is what I hope for the women, and I hope for me.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I am just very excited to go to the Old Testament. I get very excited whenever there's a Bible study that's like Old Testament, because I feel like sometimes we just get stuck in the New Testament rut, New Testament is so good, it's so rich, but I think there's something special about the Old Testament, and I think there's so much backbone to the gospel that takes place in the Old Testament. That is just, I think it's just very exciting to read about, especially Genesis, when I feel like you can just like wipe away everything you know about humanity thus far and just start fresh. And I just think that's very exciting to me. So I've been sort of like looking forward to this all summer. I'm like, oh, Genesis! Even like today, they're like, oh, we won't start Genesis 1 yet. I'm like, oh, I could start it and then redo it.
That melts
just wanna
my
start.
heart, Betsy. Yeah.
I'm
That,
very excited.
that definitely melts my heart, because there's a fair number of women afraid to go into the Old Testament and a little bit afraid of Genesis. So it's good to hear some excitement. Yeah. Anything that you're maybe a little nervous about for this study?
Well, I think that this first book is going to be the foundation. And I think when we get into the stories in the second book and the third book of Joseph, I think it's like some of this, the who begat who, and what do I want to
Yes.
say? What is that
The
called?
generation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The generation stuff, it's still really good just, to read through it. But this is going to be the foundational stuff. And then when you get into those stories, you're going to be like, boom, boom, Yeah. Going to be like, yeah. Does that make sense? I'm sorry. I don't know how else to say it, Like, look at that. No, but I mean, so this, yeah. And you know what? You're going to win games when they ask what was created on day 1, what was created on day 2, right?
You'll win games.
Yeah, like if you play trivia games. Yeah.
Okay. All
If you
right.
play
Good.
trivia games.
Good.
Come on.
Anything else?
You making
that-
fun of me over there?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. I know Hillary really well, so I love you. We have to let these women see us, right?
Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
Carmen, what do you
You're
hope
in.
to get out of Genesis?
You know what? I hope to just get I've talked about this before, how I tend to put God into boxes. Like, okay, here's who I thought God was when I was a teenager. And he kind of busted up that box and he grew bigger and bigger. And as I have been preparing for this study and begun, I feel like that's what he's been doing already, is blowing up more boxes. So I'm excited to see God in all of his glory. And then beyond that, like taking it a step further, this is something that's been on my heart for a while. And it came out in John, and it came out in the epistles as well. What does it mean to really walk with him? Jesus invites us to walk with him. And then that was all through Paul through Paul's epistles, like walking with the Spirit, journeying with him. And I think that comes out in Genesis as well. So what does it look like to work with, like walk with him, dwell with him, tabernacle with him, dwell with him, work with him, and do it in the spirit of worship, like recognizing who he is.
When you say to tabernacle with him, what does that mean?
Yeah, see, that's probably getting a step ahead, isn't it? I think the same as dwell or live
I think
with,
it's good.
just live with him. Yeah. That is kind of an Old Testament term.
But you know
isn't
what? It's great. May it become part of our everyday lingo and be able to explain it.
Yeah.
We have to know what we believe and why we believe it, right? Mostly what we believe, but yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so I think that's great.
So, anything else? Any other thoughts there?
I'm less scared this year, partly because I'm not leading a small group.
Aww.
But I mean, God wouldn't let me be completely comfortable because I'm on Facebook Live. So
Yeah.
a little nervous about sometimes, I mean, the vulnerability of sharing openly with everybody about what I saw or what my questions are. That's a little nerve-wracking,
I agree.
but exciting.
It is. Yeah. So, ladies, just so you know, on the other side, this really does take us, the four of us, outside of our comfort zones. And I have to mention Ashrita, because she's always been a piece of our online study since we began this. And she is such a busy mom right now. She's what do you call it when a book releases? Launching. She's launching a book. She's editing the next book. So much is going on that she had to pull back. Ashrita, if you would see this, we do miss you.
We miss you,
Yes.
and we love you.
Yes, and we thank you for getting us started on online study too, and helping it. Like, I feel like Ashrita's given me a little bit more confidence to do this, but forever, like I feel like forever being on this side of the camera will take me outside of my comfort zone. And I thank each of you for going outside of the zone with me too. Yeah.
Quit talking about it, because we don't want to think about it. We're just going to do it, okay? Yeah, right?
I started it, sorry.
That's all right. But we're just going to do it and not think about it. But we love Ashrita, and we want her to go off and be a big-time author. Because she has a lot.
is.
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So, friends, with that, I do want to just mention that our hope for you, like this is great to have this, and it's great to have online study.
Sure.
But we're all about relationships here. Like
Mhm.
that is our mission. So we would love for each of you to have a small group like this, and we invite you to, grab a friend, a sister, and it could be somebody that lives out of state even, but someone that you're walking through this study with and doing the study with, having conversations with. We really encourage you to do that. It's not too late to join in. We're just getting our feet wet. This week was kind of an intro week of just getting to know the online panel. Next week will be another intro week. We'll simply introduce and we'll talk a little bit about how we do inductive study. And it won't be until that following week that we're jumping into Genesis chapter 1. So there's time to grab a friend for this. Do that. There's still time to order a book if you don't have that as well. So,
And where can they get the book, Carmen?
what's that?
Where can they get the book?
Where can thank you, Denise. You're so good with details. At Amazon, and we can put a link on the website.
Listen,
for
if you
that
go to
too.
Amazon.com and put Carmen Beasley in, you'll get all your books coming up.
That's true. Yeah.
And we're
that's
studying
true.
Genesis book 1, the first book,
That's
because
right.
there's 3 total books.
That's right.
And by the way, I'm going to ask something. I'm going to be very bold. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Why do you have to sell it in 3 books? Why can't you just sell it in 1 book?
Okay, that's a good question.
I know, because I get asked it.
Yeah.
And I had to put a little bit of a tone on that question. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. It's a good question. Well, the very first book was the Gospel of John, and that's a big book. There's 21 chapters in the Gospel of John. But I thought, okay, we're gonna do this. Now, for behind the scenes, like here in ministry, if a new woman comes in January, we've all done half the book already. How
Yeah.
does she feel when she comes in?
Right.
It's like, I don't know. I think that feels a little bit crummy, or I would feel weird not having the first part of the book done.
Right.
So that's the purpose of having 3 books. And Genesis works beautifully for this, because we'll see as we go on, there's a natural separation between chapter 11 and chapter 12. Maybe we'll set more of the context for that next week.
Sure.
But I guess I could right now. I mean, okay, you got me talking.
Well, you have time.
Yeah. The first 11 chapters, it's like if we were looking at a movie, it's kind of like we're way up high and we see all of this going on. But then for chapter 12, the movie camera zones in
On particular people.
on a particular family,
Mhm.
right? Like Abraham and his family.
Mhm.
So there's just this beautiful break between 11 and 12. And okay, I would have loved to have gone through all of Genesis in a semester, but ladies, this is a hefty book.
Oh, no.
This
We
is
don't
a
want to
hefty
do
book.
all of Genesis in a semester.
Right. Right. And yeah.
No.
So yeah, next semester will be I think it's 12 through 33, and then for summer, for women that would like to finish Genesis, which I did ask some women, if we didn't finish Genesis, how would that feel? How would that feel to you?
Incomplete.
That's the response I got. I was so surprised by that.
Even if you don't do Genesis I understand the group thing, and I think it's important to have somebody to talk to as you go through this, right?
Yeah.
But even to have the book so that you could do it,
Right.
because there's vacations and different things that you're working through in the summer.
Exactly.
And I would feel incomplete as well.
So that last one,
Joseph,
it's
that's a
great.
big
Yeah,
story.
it is. It's the life of Joseph,
Mhm.
or So that's it.
There's a
That's
lot
good.
to learn from that.
Any other questions?
Do not
No.
think so.
Okay, ladies, if you have any questions at all, feel free to type them in. We truly would love to hear about your unusual talents. Are you a talker, a listener? Yeah, or anything else that you would share about yourselves. We look forward to getting to know you this year. So this is going to be a little bit awkward because I'm getting up. I might as well just say it, but we're going to say bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Whoops.